goddamn track. That fucking forklift is a freaking beast. Okay, see, that one is actually pushing that one. That's how they're keeping a slack on it. Now they've backed off. The problem is the holes in the side of that crate is too wide for the forklift blades. Success depends on your ability to solve problems. Plain and simple. You want to get rich, find a problem, then solve it. Tubiest of the Tubiest. The best YouTube subscribers on the planet. That's you. And I'm 50 plus. I'm at a job site, and obviously from the prequel video piece there. By the way, when I was saying that the yellow one was pushing the blue one, when they were turning, that's why he was blowing horn, because the one in the back wanted to stop, and that monster was pushing. I just enjoy watching these big machines work. You know, I guess it's a testosterone-y thing. I don't know. I like it. Anyways, so my delivery is scheduled at 7 a.m. and tomorrow morning, and I got here at like 2:15 p.m. today, and I decided I was going to just stop and check. You know, the truck stop is like 30 miles from here. It's a Flying J. It's like 30 miles from here. So I would have come. I would have did an arrival call, and then drove to the truck stop. If I did that, it would then be legal for me to drive off-duty driving personal conveyance. It is illegal for you to forward the load, which means you're short of the final, and you use then personal conveyance and even go closer to the final, and then stop. That's called forwarding the load, and it is illegal for you to do that. Okay? If you drive from point A to B is the final, and you can't park there, you can then push, send the macro that you arrived at the final. You can then go off duty, use personal conveyance, and then drive to C. Okay, that is perfectly legal. It is also legal for you to use personal conveyance the next morning and drive back to B. Okay, technically you've already delivered the load. Okay, all right. So next to me is a TMC driver. By the way, this thing said no parking on the load assignment. So I was just going to see if they would unload me early, a day early. If not, then I would have driven to the truck stop and just waited there and then drove back. But the guy says, "Are you going to spend the night here?" And I said, "Is that okay?" He said, "Yeah, man, just park over there." Hell yeah. So I'm going to end up spending the night here at the on the job site. That means tomorrow morning I don't have to go on duty until he's taking the stuff off my trailer. Like that. There's a TMC driver parked next to me, and we got the same stuff. We're actually picking up at the shipper at the same time. Excuse me. And he parked right next to me, and we got to chatting, and he said some things that was I asked him how he liked the company, TMC, and we talked a little bit. He's liking it and everything. And he says, how those guys pay y'all? They pay y'all mileage? I said, yeah, we get per mile. And then he said, yeah, man, I don't know if I could ever go back to per mile, because at TMC they pay a percentage. He said it was like 27% of the load or something like that is what they get. And he said that load is paying right about $500. So I'm thinking he's almost gonna get, he's gonna get he'll get more than me. All right. And I was thinking, it's getting paid per the mile. Am I getting, cornholed? Because, I can go drive with, go TMC, drive over there and get mileage pay. I mean, not mileage pay, get a percentage of the load. Now, here's the deal. And he said that he got a 500-mile run that paid $1,500. So he got paid pretty good for 500 miles, man. I mean, that's jealous money right there, really good. He said there are sometimes, it doesn't work quite that way, and I can understand that, because when the freight market is low, then they're gonna, have to bid less, and then that means you get paid off of a smaller piece of the pie, But if you wasn't winning more than you're losing, they wouldn't be doing that. Okay, so the drivers are actually getting paid pretty damn good for it. And so I was thinking, is getting paid by the mile really, really worth it? Because that means this guy's getting paid a lot more than I am. But then I thought about it. If you are if you're in sales and you're bidding on jobs, loads, okay? You know where the load is going to originate, you know where the load is going to terminate, and the miles that, the billable miles there. You can't possibly know where the driver is going to be when you put that load on them. So accurate deadhead can't be calculated in there. So there's got to be some like a percent of that maybe 10%. I don't know that they would have to, kind of pad that miles a little bit to kind of cover at least some of what that driver is going to have to drive to get to that load to pick it up. So basically what I'm saying is, when they book that load, the amount of dollars that they're charging is got to be somewhat, somewhere near set, okay? And it's got to be less. Well, I say got to be, it doesn't have to be less, but the possibilities of getting real close to deadhead miles is impossible. So there's got to be some amount, and I don't know, maybe it's 5 or 10% of the amount of allotted miles. So, if there's this one was only 200 miles, so 20 miles a deadhead. If it's 10%, how could you justify more than that when you're bidding that load?
Say a command.
Don't bother me no more. So let me just turn that thing off, because that's my Garmin, and you can, I can just tell it where I want it, speak the address and tell it wherever, and then it just does it. Pretty cool, but I wasn't talking to that thing when I'm talking to y'all. So bottom line is, there was more than 20 miles of deadhead from where I was to from my last final to this load's originating the shipper. However, I got paid to drive those miles, plus I got paid to drive from the shipper to the consignee. So I'm curious to be able to find out how they do that on. He's not there now. I was going to ask him before I make this video, but I don't want the sunlight to go down, and then I just go, I ain't gonna make no video today. I ain't made one all week. So I do it while, you know, while it's in me to do. However, some of you guys may know, and I would like to know if there is deadhead. If you're a TMC driver, or if you drive for a company that pays percent, I'd like to know what how they calculate deadhead. You know, if you're an owner operator, then you could kind of negotiate that, but you know, you wouldn't if you would work for a company like that. So I'd be curious to know that. Now, that being said, if you don't know from experience, please don't comment. Okay, I'm looking for somebody who's been there, done that, got the t-shirt, because this is a rookie channel. And, you know, the information that's put out on this channel, I want it to be 100% factual. No, I don't want to, you know, my cousin's best friend's uncle's nephew drove flatbed, and he said, look, I don't care. If you didn't do it, then the truth is convoluted by the time it got to your ear. So I kind of want to hear from somebody who actually done it. Give us some real, actual facts, okay? Because I'd like to know. I mean, if they're not getting paid the full deadhead, then maybe they're doing some driving they were not getting paid for, and I get paid to drive. So if that's the case, then getting paid a cent per mile ain't bad. You're getting paid for all the miles. However, if they get the deadhead also, which I don't see how that works. I really don't. I mean, they would have to pay like extra for that, you know, aside from the billable miles to the customer. So I don't know how that works, but I would be curious to know. So until I see you again, answer that for me, somebody. Deliver undistracted, and here's your boot.